Oh, hey everybody, it's Paul. I just kind of decided to, go out and do this today. I haven't played golf, at least disc golf, in at least 4 months. It's been a long, long time. I think it was cool the last time I played, so it must have been back in April, and we're already in August. So let's go ahead and play. I've got a Motorola Razr, which is one of those cameras that's split in the middle. I haven't recorded with it yet, so be patient with this. I'll do the best I can. And let's get started. This is a par 3 course all the way through. This was so odd that when I came here, because somebody told me here at Brian Piccolo Park they had disc golf, and I came here and I walked all over that area, and I could not find the disc golf course. I went all the way back out here and through the ponds and this and that, but it runs from this left side here when you come in all the way over to there. And it's the only good thing about this course, honestly, is that it's partially in the shade at least. So it is nice to have that, the shade aspect. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, I've had no practice or anything else, so this is the first hole. I'll just not say par or anything because it's all these are par 3. What I bought is the one that I met a woman who had a dog, and I used to throw it and the dog would go and get it. So it's all messed up. And the reason I bought it is I don't really care if I lose this one. This is a 170 Corvette. It's pretty heavy. I'm going to use it as a putter. We have absolutely no wind at all. Nothing. It's hot and humid, and let's get started. I'm going to go ahead and use the I'm going to use the 170 because I know what's going on here. All right, so here we go. This is about 300 feet. Par 3, here we go. Okay, not great. Very suspect way to start. I guess I'll go another one. About the same. So we'll just play out the 170 there. I think I've lost probably around 5% of my muscle. Because I haven't gone out and exercised. I haven't even walked very much. But as you know, anybody that knows me knows that I try to walk a great deal. But you can't fight this 80, 90%, 95% humidity here in Florida with 90-degree temperatures and 88 and all that. You just can't do it. So halfway through October, it really cools down. The humidity goes away for a noticeable amount. And then we're back in business. So I'm going to try to par this. Here are my discs. So let me see if I can par. This is going to be hard to get this thing to stand up in the grass. Let me see. My subscriber, Rudy, is really good at this. Much better than I. So let's go ahead and get to it. Here we go. F. Damn it. Trying to get that to turn over to the left. Okay, that should be close. Maybe close enough to make. So that 170 is the real game over there. So I've actually got a makeable putt there, but it's going to be far. And we have some obstruction there with the, as usual, they don't take care of this. So it's all high. It's always like this, winter included. They don't give a shit about the disc golf course here. They don't care. But anyways, it's good enough. I'm just going to go pick up my other one there, and we're going to play this blue one out. So I got about, I'd say 35 feet here. I'm going to bogey on this one. That appears to be abundantly evident. And let's just get on with the show here. All right. Well, all right. So I'm going to take a bogey here. I tried my best, and I'm not going to play this one out. We're just going to go ahead and get on with it. My main disc will be the 170 today, I'm pretty sure. And I guess it's still recording. I guess it is. Now here what they've done is they pulled out of the trench because this was really hard. I used to call this the trench. The hole two, all right, so we got 4 here. You come over here, it's nice and shaded. That's the only good thing about this course. You got quite a bit of shade. And I need it because my arms are completely fucked. So, especially my left arm, it's all fucked. Now they made it here. The hole is down there, right over there, and just to the right. And we're gonna go ahead and launch from here. But we used to have to launch out of there. And the idea was to throw it straight right to the basket, but you got a fence there. And the fence used to claim your disc, and there was no easy way to get through there at all. In fact, you could even take easy off. It was really hard to get out of that one. If you threw your disc over, there's some water there as well. So let's go ahead and let me set this here so we can get a decent look here. And I'm going to go ahead and throw. I'm going to throw my 170. Let's see if I can get something going on here. Here we go. Damn it. Fuck. Way the hell out. I'll try it again with this one. Again, not much better. I'm just really, really rusty. And I can feel that I've lost power because when you don't do this, you lose power. So I'll try to play these 2 out and see what I can get with it. The basket is still hidden over there. It's just past that last tree. You can see it now. And again, they don't think to cut this at all. I don't even know what the hell they're thinking. I mean, can't you do this for the players that play disc golf? Can't you do it? Or if for some reason are you biased and you don't want to, you know, maybe they just don't make money on it. I don't know. All right, so let's see what we got here. The disc went way, way out. The red one is a little bit more playable, I think. Let's see what we got here. See, it's so high here, you can't even find your disc. Okay, there's the red one right there. The blue one, I think the Corvette, here it is right here. So there's the basket. And I'm going to back it up here so you can see. There's the basket right there. So let's go ahead and get it. I'll start off with this 170. It takes all my strength to put this 170 anywhere near that basket. Here we go. Ah! All right, so if it doesn't roll, that cocksucker doesn't roll down that hill, I'll be able to make a par here. This one, we'll try this one, but that was the best shot I've ever made on here if it didn't wiggle its way down to the bottom of the hill there. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's try for this one here. And there, the basket should be in range. I don't have to get so much on this one, but I still need to come up with a good shot. Damn it, I fucking fucked it up. So that's not really a plausible par right there. But if that 170 Corvette, if that didn't roll down, I've got, I parked it. So I'll be able to actually be just 1 over par here. But let's see what this bastard did. See, there's a hill here, and it went up on the rim. That's why you're better to putt with a putter. That cocksucker go down there? Where the hell did it go? Fucking way down? Bullshit artist. That was parked. So let's see what I can do with this one. It's about 11 footer, I would say. So let's get it. Hopefully we can get it. And hopefully I can get the camera to stand up. All right, let's get this. Come on now. All right. That's my first good putt. And now I'll get this one. This one is way, way off. And you won't be able to see it, but you'll be able to see if it goes in. Here we go. Well, not quite, but on that one, I'm going to play this one. So I'm 1 over right now, which I'm pretty happy about. I wish I could have gotten a better launch on my first shot. And just to show you this course, they kind of got rid of this. That's the way you're supposed to come in, right from the ditch all the way down there. And it's, you know, you're lower over there than the ground. So it's real hard to get out. I used to have to throw it out there because I didn't want to lose my disc. And you have to be really good. And it's, you know, they could put netting here, but they never did. So fuck them. And now they've moved it. So now they've moved it out to the middle. So this course is a little bit easier. Okay, so the first one is called, I used to call this the ditch or the bunker. I think I called it the bunker. This one was real hard because it was like underground. It was below the ground. This one is not easy either. I've probably only made par here a handful of times. And I've played this course at least 70 times. More than 50 times, maybe 70, 80 times. Hole 3. Again, it's nice in the shade. Something is crawling up there. What is that, a fucking raccoon? Or is it a monkey? I don't know. All right, well, something was making a big movement of that stuff. All right, anyways, we'll park it here. Now, this one is, it's about, what is this one? I'll show you. I will tell you. It is 342 feet, which is not short by any means. And I don't normally, hang on folks, the pause that refreshes. There's nobody around, so I'm gonna pee. And then we're gonna go ahead, and here's the problem with this hole. You're a little bit underground here, but not really. But you can't throw low because you'll do a scraper here. And what you have to do, you kind of need to go forehand here, and I don't, because I don't have the strength in my forehand to do no 300 feet. So when you do a backhand, which is like this, for a righty, I'm righty. When you do a backhand, this shit goes out over to the sidewalk and beyond. It's just the nature of the game. So the basket is over there in that clump of trees to the right of that green fencing. And I lost the disc in there one time, and I tried to get a branch to get it out, and I never managed to get it out. Maybe I'll throw, I don't know, maybe I'll throw the lighter one here. I don't think I got the arm to do a forehand with this 170. So I'm just going to have to go with the long throw on this 170. Here we go. All right, that's not too bad, actually. That's not too bad. It went to the sidewalk, but that's not bad because usually you'll go way, way out over there. You'll go 30, 25, 30 feet to the left of that thing. So it wasn't a bad throw. The problem is I still have about 200 feet. I still have about 200 feet to that basket, and it's hindered and obstructed by all those trees. I'll throw this one just for the heck of it. I got people over there, and you do not want to hit a person here. Ever. You don't want to do that. Thank God we got shade. So one saving grace of this course. So let's go ahead. As soon as this woman makes her way about another 20 feet, I'll go ahead and I'll launch the second one. And you got to be careful because the disc can go anywhere here because of this high front part here. It's hard to tell what you're doing. All right, here we go. This is about a 150, 152, I think, turn, but it's all chewed up by a dog. Here we go. Wow, is that clear? Is that the best shot I've ever made? Wow, That is a good shot, folks. I had to try to lean into that one to get it to stay to the right, and I did. But of course, you have this tree and the branches here, so I was lucky it didn't get caught up in that. My best chance yet at getting a par here, you can forget about make it in two here. This is extremely difficult. A 342 footer is really hard to birdie. But anyways, I'm not completely upset with that Corvette throw. And the turn is a very good toss under the conditions. And this goes up one more. After this, it's one more. It takes you to the boundary over there. And then it turns around and you come back this way. So let's go ahead and let's play that red one. That is a really good throw. That's probably the best throw I've ever made here. And you can see it's not really much better than the blue one. I think the blue one is there. I'm not sure, maybe not. I think that's the blue one right there.
That's the blue one.
Yeah, that's the blue one. It looked like paint from there. All right, so we'll go ahead. The basket is straight ahead. It's obstructed through the trees, so this is always very difficult. But I've got my best chance here that I've had in a long time. So let's go ahead and try to get it and hook it in with a forehand. Ah! Okay, it's not bad. That fucker's gonna... Shit. All right, now I got this one. So let's go ahead. That's not... It's probably not a good chance for a par, but we'll take it. And that has a hill. So it depends on... when you throw it backhand, it kind of settles down. When you throw a forehand, it kind of gets a tendency to roll down that hill, I've noticed. So let's see if I can do something with this 170. And sometimes you'll put it right in that cage, because you got to get some oomph on this. This is still like over 100 feet. Ah! Wow, that's kind of in there. Same as the other one. You got to be careful because you'll wind up going in there and then your disc is gone. Unless you have some sort of real clever means of getting it back, which I don't. I'm just looking to see if anybody lost their disc in there. I guess nothing's in there. I know it doesn't seem like it, but you can get your disc in there if you go too much. Now you see this? All right, these were almost exactly together. So I'm going to have two chances. This is going to be about a 22 foot. Let's see, 6. No, it's not that far. This is going to be somewhere around 18 feet, if that. 6, 12, it's not even that. It's probably about, I would say 15 feet. Let's see, 6, 12, it's around 14 feet. Let's get it. If I do this, it's the first time I've made a par here in memory, because I can't remember the last time I parred this. Got it. And this one, that would be nice. There's no wind today, so it makes it a little bit easier. Fuck. All right, well, I got one of them. So, anyways, I'm very happy to get that with the red disc. I got par, so I can't remember what the score is, but I think it's 1 over. I think it's 2 over now with the blue one, the Corvette. And I think it's probably 2 over with the red disc. I don't know. We're just going to do this for the hell of it. Okay, this is the 4th tee. And again, you're pretty much in the shade here. And this one is hard, but I have parred this before. Kudos to that right there, man. I did a good job getting a good putt there. Okay, here I shot at the wrong basket, because if you look down there, you've got, there's a hallway of trees there, if you can see it, over here. And there's a basket over there, but that's not the basket. That's the basket for coming back on hole 6. So the basket is just behind those trees over there, and this is hard because when it's far, I'll tell you how far it is. It is a 312-foot hole. The problem with this is that you get caught up with these branches. So I'm going to go ahead. I'll probably shoot for the forehand because it is really hard to keep it from going left when you throw a backhand. So we're going to go ahead and do this. The best thing you can do is to get it near that alleyway of trees over there. Near there, not to it, because if you get into that, it obstructs the shot going to the right. So here we go. But there's a blockage here, and you need to try to get past that. Otherwise, you have no real chance. Here we go. Hole 4, 312. Yeah, that's not a bad throw. It's not a great throw, but it's not a bad throw. But you can see how hard it is to throw a forehand. That's why I go backhand. We have a little bit of tailwind right now. And that just came up. We got a little breeze, maybe 2-3 miles an hour. And this is hard, folks, because that tree gobbles up anything that looks like a regular backhand. It gobbles it. But I'm going to try to do a backhand here. Let's get it. Okay. I don't know how good that is. I don't know if we have an unobstructed throw for your setup for par. So let's see what we got here. This one is a little short. The first one was a little bit short because you got to get beyond this bunch of crap. And at least they trimmed this because that was much worse. They had a lot of branches coming off this tree. And that one where you see a lot of trees up high. That was all low, down about 4 feet, 5 feet. So it was a real hindrance. And I'll just show you where the basket is. The basket is to the right. You can't see it yet, but it is there. Where is it? Right there. Right straight in. So this shot, I'll have a fair chance. This one, well, if I throw a forehand, I might be able to do something with this one. It's just that I've got this crap here. I'm glad they cut those bushes. So I'm going to have to do a big arc to the right. This is forehand city. So let's go ahead and get it and see if we can't get through that damn thing. Let's see. Sorry, folks. I have to make this so it doesn't fall. Okay. So here we go. Got to be a big arc. Here we go. Yeah. I hope that rolled a little bit because that really wasn't very good. That will have a very minimal chance of getting in the basket. Generally speaking, I do not double bogey on this course. When I start playing it frequently, I very rarely double bogey. So if I don't fudge this right here, there's my disc right there. And we got about, I would say this is about 60 feet right here. I'm only going to be looking to set up here for the, let's see, what was it? I had 1, 2. So I'm going to be setting up trying to get a bogey. Here we go. I may have to tomahawk this because I can't get any clearance here. So it looks like I'm going to have to tomahawk this. And I might actually do an underhand flip because this thing, well, maybe I got room there. Here we go. All right, I got a good one. So I'm parked out over there. That was a good throw. This is hindering me quite a bit, but I managed it. Okay, now I think my disc went somewhere out past this stick here, that white stick, but it's going to be a straight in throw. So I'm gonna, that's bogeyed right there, but that's okay. This is not an easy hole here. Okay, where the hell is my disc? I thought I saw it go, the blue one is not easy to find for some reason. Just never is. I don't know what the hell I did with it. Did I throw it all the way to the linear part of this? I doubt it. So you see how, and it's like a jerk off here because they don't take care of the course. They cut this. What'd they do? Take off a fucking ½ inch? What a bullshit. All right. I know I saw it somewhere around here. Oh, there it is. It didn't even make it to here. So you can see it's only about a 200-foot toss, if that. So this is going to be a little harder. There it is. I got to thread the needle over there. Let's see if we can get some kind of good action here on this. This is going to be not easy. The basket is there to the left side, but I'm having trouble with this thing here, but hopefully it'll hold. Okay, it's got to be a forehand thread the needle. And this is going to be, let's see, this is my first throw. So this is going to be the setup for par. Got that one up good. I was afraid of getting too much arc in here because you got all these hindering things here, so that's certainly not good. This is going to be a bogey also. So this is going to be for par. Let's give it the old Yankee try here. Whereas the Chinese say rocks are rock. It's going to have to be a forehand. Here we go. This is for par. Okay, it's going to be close enough. So I'm going to bogey on that one. Not very good, but what can I say? You know, what can I say? Not too bad. And I already parked that other one over there. So actually, I could still fudge this right here and go double bogey. So this one, that was for par. And this is going to be for bogey. This and the next, not that hole. That's usually not too bad. But the one coming back in the other direction, that one is not very easy. And you could double bogey pretty easy here. And I could double bogey here. I should be able to make it though. All right. Got it. All right. So I don't know. What are we, 3 over? I think it's 3 over right now. It could be 4 over, but that's par for the course here. It is not easy. Although I think my friend Rudy there he would eat this up. I think he would eat this up. Now, the problem with this one, again, is that this is a straight out throw, but you've got all these entanglements with these trees. And it seems like it's longer than what they say. They say it's 290 feet, 295, and it seems like it's longer. The problem with this one is if you throw a backhand, it drifts to the left. And the basket is straight forward, right there, straight as you can go. It's to the left of that final tree over there. And it sits to the right noticeably. It really doesn't sit to the right. It's really a straight shot here, from here. It's a straight shot. The basket, you can see it. The basket is right there. It's straight forward. It sits up on a little hill. And this one is not so easy. I have parred a couple times. Let's see what we can do. It's got to be a forehand because every time I try to do a backhand, I go way out to the left. So we're going to start with 170. Here we go. Ah! Well, actually not bad. I mean, I know I went over, but you have a very high chance of hitting these branches. So you kind of have to try to hook it. Okay, here we go. We're going to do this with the 152 turn. Here we go. Ah! And that is the net yield of when you try to stay to the right a little bit. That is what you get. The best throw I ever made in disc golf, at least they cut one line here. These fucking idiots. I don't know what their point is. Look at that. They cut one line with the mower. The way it should be cut, and they should cut it a little bit lower than that. Okay, so did it make it through here at least? Or did it stay in these roots? Okay, let's see what we got. He probably stayed in the roots. I mean, did it even come down? I'm not sure I even saw it come down. Did it roll out over here? I don't think so because we got roots. So what happened? It stayed up in the tree? This is the strangest shot I've ever made. Is that true? Did it go here? Did it roll down to the fence? Maybe it got stuck up there. Oh well. I'll have to play out the 170. Let's see what's going on. It seemed to me like it got caught up in here, so maybe it is here. Oh, that's what happens when they don't even take care of this place. All right, was it here? There it is right there. Okay, very good. So from this distance right over there, I threw it and it went right in the pickle barrel. I couldn't believe it. I had video of it, but it was sideways. No matter, I still had it, but now I don't have it anymore. Okay, now we're going to try to, you know what? I'm going to have to go over here, and I'm going to have to put this here. Okay, let's put this here. The basket is right there. Right there. Right there. So let's go ahead and let's get this. Hopefully I can forehand this. You got to keep it down here because of these branches. Okay, I'm gonna try to go low. I can't hook this, it's too far. Ah! See what I'm talking about? Very difficult indeed here. Very difficult. Okay, now that 170 actually, it was a fairly good shot for here. You can see how much hindrance this is right here because you really don't have very much room. You can see that over there. I mean, if you can nail, a rocket with low trajectory, you can do it here, but you got to have a good arm, and I don't. And I need that height to make it decent. This was not a bad shot right here. This was not a bad shot. We've got probably 120 feet here, and now I've got a little bit of wind in my face. So let's see if I can, and it's up on a little hill. It always gets you here with that little hill. It always gets you. Okay, let's see if I can't set up for, what was this? Was this my first shot? I think it was my first shot, wasn't it? I think this is the first shot, so we're going to set up for par. Okay, here we go. All right, not too bad. It's not exactly parked, but it crawled a little bit to the right. So let's see if I can get a 10-footer there. I might be able to make that. Now this one, I'm going to have to set up for a bogey because I hit one there and one here. That's the second shot. So this is for the third shot, and I've really got to just set up for a bogey here because you don't want to get a double bogey. That's just not the way to do it. So there it is. Let's see if I can get this. I'll leave the camera here, and we'll leave it here, and then see if I can get in there. Let's see if I can't get this in there. Okay, let's see if I can get that thing to stand up. It's going to go over, isn't it? All right. I'll give it a whirl. Here we go. All right, this is my third shot. I've got to set up for the bogey. Here we go. Not bad. Not bad. With that little roll, looks like I should be almost parked there, and I should be able to get the bogey, which I'm not completely unhappy about. That's not bad. And it's parked because that's less than 6 feet. So that's okay over there. And then I threw this one, it's over there. So there it is right there. And let's see if I can't put something together with this. Let me get the easy one first. I'll get this easy one first. And then let me try this one here. So not bad. I held the bogey there. Held it to a single bogey. And this right here is for par, is it not? Is it not? I believe it's for par. Man, if I could get this, I could par this. Utterly amazing. Oh, yeah! Oh, yeah. My 170 Corvette didn't let me down. Okay, so not bad. The course actually gets easier after this hole. And I'll explain to you the whole game here, okay, with this hole. This hole is like Jaws. These are all locked. You cannot go and get your disc if it goes into there, and then I don't even know. It may not even open unless there's a game or something. I don't know. But this is hole 6. It's far. It's 368 feet. This is a long hole. The basket is straightforward into that stuff right there. And you don't want to go too far to the left because you start getting that low-hanging stuff, and it is not easy. And if you throw it too high, especially with the wind now going that way, you're going to put it in the baseball field. So let's go ahead and get it. I don't know what I am, but I'm having a fair game. My best game ever on this course was a 1 over. That was the best I've ever played on this course, 1 over. So let's try to get it now. Oh, I got to do forehand. I can't. Every time I do oh, and if you'll hit that second tree. If you come this way, you could definitely hit that second tree. You could hit this one. We got to go forehand city here, and that's what we're going to do. I got a girl there walking by. I better wait for her because I got to put some heat on this. And she's wearing headphones on top of that, so I got to let her go around the curve there. That's probably enough. So we'll throw the light one first. These are both going to be forehands, and I'm going to have to get a lot of distance on this to have any chance whatsoever. This is 368 feet. I believe this is the longest one on the course. So hang on and let that girl go, and we will get to it. All right. Once she gets about another 10 feet, I'm going to make the run up and I'm going to throw. Here we go. Okay. Here goes. As you can see, it's not easy. It's not easy. Get it up too high, you're going to lose it in the ballpark. Here we go. That's not a good throw. That's a good throw. That's a good one. Okay. Right up against the fence, no matter. At least it didn't claim my disc. And I don't want to lose that 170. It is a fair putter. Especially with wind. You want a heavier disc to putt with. And it seems to me, although a lot of people will disagree with this, I like a thin rim. And the putters are not, they're anything but a thin rim. When it's really, really windy, I much prefer to throw this 170 as a putter. Okay, this shot was absolutely shitty. I think it went right over here by this thing. You can't even see the disc. That's how unkept this place is. It's embarrassing. Okay, there it is right there. All right, so the basket is right there. The basket is right there. So it's pretty much straight in here. You got these branches that are not easy to deal with. So, all right, I'm gonna go forehand again. And it's straight in, around 200 feet. Yeah! That's not a bad throw, folks. It's too bad I couldn't have gotten the bounce, because that would have been maybe a 40% chance of parring there. And I have done it before here. I've done it only a small handful of times, but I have been able to make par. Now my other disc should be way up here, because there it is right there. It's actually not way up here. But this is now about 150 feet, if that. About 140, I would say. And the basket is right there. So let's see what we can do with this. Gonna have to arc this in. We got a lot of overhang here. Gonna have to try to sneak it in with a forehand. Ah! Not good because it angled off to the right, which is no good. Had I got that a little bit more to the right, to the left, that might have skittled pretty close there, maybe like 15, 18 feet away. But this one, I made a pretty good shot on this blue disc. This blue disc was not a bad throw. It's too bad it's so unkept, because if I got any kind of scootage out of that, it might have gotten within a reasonable try here. Now, I don't know where this is. Where is it? Red is hard to find. Okay, I know it's not here. I didn't get that close. It's somewhere here, and where it is, I don't know. But it seemed like it went off to this side over here. I mean, it's so ridiculous, folks. Maybe it's here. But that's not a good throw if it came here. It's just not a good throw. Not a good throw. So where the hell is it? Where? When I threw it, I thought I made a fairly good throw. I thought it was a fairly good throw. I saw it die in the grass, or it looked like it died in the grass. I don't think it scooted up on that. Are you kidding me? Whoa. That's about 20 feet right there. Maybe 19 feet. So I got a chance here. I actually have a chance, which, you know, I haven't played disc golf in a long time. So if I'm able to par, I think that's a real accomplishment. This is a pretty good throw, like I told you. If it had skipped just a little bit, another 3 feet, 4 feet, this would have been, right now I got maybe a 1 out of 4 chance, 1 out of 5. Got a little wind at my back. Let's see if I can do it. Here we go. Fuck nuts. Damn it, that was so close. All right, so this is going to be bogey. And I think the other one is for par. I'm not sure. Let me see. Maybe it is. Okay, maybe it is for par. So I bogeyed this one again. But at least I didn't double bogey. And let's see if I can get this in. I think this is for par. I think this is for par because I threw this pretty well. It went over there, bounced on, and stayed on the fence. And then I threw this, and a little skittle here would have been nice, but it went off skittle to the right, which was unacceptable to me. Let's go ahead and get it. Let's see if I can par with this. That would be tits. Here we go. All right. All right. So I got a par here. That's unbelievable. So not bad. Not bad at all. And I haven't played for 4 months. I mean, truly, I haven't played for 4 months. Okay. Now, this one is really hard. This one is easy to fudge because of these hills that rise up. And these hills take away your straight throw. You kind of have to go up a little bit because it's not easy. You'll scrape here to the left. The basket, I call this hill Mount Rushmore because the basket is right at that tree. There's 2 trees there. You may not be able to see them from here, but there are 2 trees there, and the basket is it's probably closer to the right tree. I forgot. But this one, man, it is hard. This one is hard. Unless you get it up, that scrapes over there, and it's a long throw from there. So the forehands are going to kick off to the right. Okay, let's get it. I'll throw my small red one first. Ah! Oh, what a throw. That's a good throw. That's a fair throw. It's not great, but you see how I had to keep above that hill and it came close. But you got to do it. Now let's see if I can get this. I get this 170 Corvette to do something good. Let's see here. Here we go. Ah! All right. That is not very good. Just too wild there. Well, at least I got about 80 feet out of it. But that isn't much when you're talking about trying to set up over there for a par. So, well, if I can get a good throw, I might have a chance for par. This will be the best chance for a double bogey here, because I am not in range here at all. The basket is up on that little bluff there. Oh, this isn't it. Okay, good. It's a little further. Good, right here. So you can't really see the basket, but it is right there. Let's see what we can do here. I need to get a forehand. It's going to take every bit of my power to get on there. That also, you have to be very careful. There's a long hill there. The discs love to roll down that hill. Okay, it's going to take every bit of my strength of a forehand to even get close here. So here we go. Ah! And that's the wrong direction. But at least I got 170 feet out of it. It's at the foot of that tree. The basket is over there. So this will be a very unlikely par. Again, you got to be careful, especially with these thin discs. They can get up on their ridge very easy and go all the way down there. All the way down there. So this is going to be for my second shot. You can see this is a pretty good shot. I mean, I've parred this maybe 15 times, probably not more than that. Maybe less, maybe 10 times. It's not easy. All right, here we go. Ah, oh, shit, man, I let that go. I let it go to the right. I didn't get over on it, damn it. All right, let's start with this one at the base of the tree here. Let's see if I can avoid a double bogey, because that was my second shot. This is going to be for the third shot. And again, like I told you, when you use these thin discs, boy, can they get up on their rim quick enough and go 20, 25 feet, 18 feet. What's the difference? They can really roll. So there's the basket right there. And I'll set the camera up here. Got to be very careful. If you throw this with a backhand, they tend to roll down that hill. So you got to be real careful with this. You got to be real careful. So I'm going to go backhand, because it should die out before it rolls. Let's see if we can't pull off a miracle par here. Huh? All right, well, with that little skip, it looks like I'm going to be in there for a bogey, which again, I'm not terribly upset with. That's if I can make it. We got about a 7-footer here. So might as well set up and see if I can get it. Okay, and then I got the red one down there. Is that for par? Let me see. The first shot went somewhere there. That was my second shot, so it's going to be for par. Let's see if I can't put this away. Okay, and I'll hit this other one down here. Maybe I can pull off a miracle par here. Oh, it hit the tree, so 1, 2, and this is going to be for 3. This certainly was not my first shot. Here we go. For par. Very anemic throw. The wind is going this way too. It really was not good. So okay, we bogeyed both of these, or should I say I bogeyed both of these, and now we're almost done. We're at hole 8. Believe it or not, I have gotten a birdie here. From my memory, two of them. This is the friendliest hole here. I wish they'd cut this fucking branch here, because it's an obstruction, and if it isn't, it's a hindrance to your mind here. I guess theoretically, you couldn't hit it up in there if you go high enough. The basket is straightforward right there. Wait a minute, right there. All right, so here we go. Sorry, folks, we'll set up. I know this is going long already. Sorry, I only got one more hole. Here we go. 170. We got a just long backhand. Here we go. Not great, because it's going to drift to the left quite a bit. Not bad, but not great. That one is much better, believe it or not. A little, same thing. In fact, worse. All right, let's get it. And we have to play hole 9. Hole 9 is far. It's got that hindrance there when you throw. And the weird thing about this hole is when you put it in the basket, you have to come back because the launch is here for 9. So these throws basically did the same thing, each one. In fact, the red throw was not good. So in order to par here, I would have to get a pretty good approach shot. The red one might have even climbed up to the top. It skittled real hard. It skipped is what it did. It didn't skittle. Might have skittled a little bit too. But is it there? I guess it got to there, so a little bit better. But okay, let's go ahead and see if I can make a decent approach on here. 170 Corvette. Okay, I got a park there. All right, so I'm going to get par here. I'm going to par on the blue one and on the red one. Let's see what I can do. And I'm going to set this up here because I got to come back. You got to launch on 9 here, so it's really kind of weird. And the basket is straight down by in between the picnic table and the tree. A little closer to the tree. All right. Well, let's shoot for the birdie, huh? Let's see if I can't pull a birdie off here. My second shot. But I, put it in pickle barrel almost. So, what was that? So I got 2 pars here. So I parred here. And this game is not bad. If I can avoid parking here, it's not bad. And I got to really squeeze this in. About 5 feet, so I got it in a minute. Alright? And now, final hole. And I'm glad to get this in. I'm glad I played because I haven't played in months, and not 1 or 2 months. I haven't played in like 4 months. I enjoy doing this, but I'm not very good at it. I'm sorry to say. Okay, this one. Oh, this thing is grown out. You see that? That thing is really grown. So now you got to absolutely go to the right. Okay, here we go. That's a good throw. Relatively speaking, that's not a bad throw. You've got to get in between this brush and all that brush there on the tree there, all the foliage. I don't remember that last time. At least not as bad. And you got a bastard one right here. You can't get up too high. Here we go. That's another good throw. It's not bad. That might even be a little better than the last one. I'm not sure. Okay, we're almost done. Now, I've made some spectacular putts here. Not a lot, but I've missed many of them too. Let's see what we can get here, what I can get done here. And like I said, a lot of times you'll hit here or there on that branch. So those throws were not entirely bad. They were not entirely bad. One of them, I think, skittled off to the left quite a bit. And again, it's not going to make much difference. These are going to be long approach shots. There's the blue one right there. And the red one I think was slightly fared a little better, but to the left. Still can't see it. It's probably in general vicinity here. Okay, let's go ahead. The basket is right there. Long forehand. Not bad. Okay, I should be able to make that for par. And this was a very good round. All things considered, I was able to par quite a few of these. So I'm very happy with this. I would say this is probably around 4 over. 4 to 5 over. Not more than 5 over. All right, let's see what I can do here. Ow! Oh, it's going to drift off to the right a little bit too much. Oh well, I needed a little bit more angle to the right and to the left. Oh, look at these mushrooms. Wow. Those are big mushrooms. All right. I knew a guy who had a brother who used to eat mushrooms and just pick them up and eat them, and he died. Died a 45-year-old man. Can't eat mushrooms. All right. This red one is straight in, unhindered, pretty much. Let's see what I can do with this. All right. Sorry, this camera doesn't want to stay up. That should be okay. This is around a 15-footer. It's about 14 feet. 13 and a half to 14 feet. I'd really like to get this, folks. I would really like to get this. Fuck. All right, well, the blue one, I'm going to go bogey on that one. And this one I should do. All right, so par here for the blue, and I think it was my better game. My estimate, we can count it out later actually. 5 over on the red, and on the blue, probably 4 or 6. I don't think it was 6. I had a pretty good game. So folks, that is Brian Piccolo Park, and I thank you for being here with me. I had a fairly good game. I'm not a very good player, to be honest with you. I don't make any boasts or claims about it, but I enjoy playing it. And it was good to have you here with me. I know it's an hour of your time gone, but boy, did I have fun. Or maybe you're in jail, or maybe you're crippled up or paralyzed, and you want to live vicariously through me. That's okay with me. Subscribe, and I'll start playing disc golf a little bit, because I'm not over the barrel so much now. I was there for a while. Take care, folks. Subscribe, and disc on. Bye.